And our last topic is volume of pyramids. This is section 9.5, okay? And this is something new. This is not covered in a 6th grade standard, so we're gonna cover it today for our standard. I'm going to be using this worksheet. You do need to change this 4 to a 5 if you're using these notes. If you're writing in your notebook, no big deal, okay? We're gonna start down here. We're going to be learning about something called a cross-section. A cross-section is a two-dimensional shape, okay, formed from the intersection of the plane. So a plane is something flat. For instance, a piece of paper is a plane. Okay, this is a plane, it's 2D. And when it intersects a solid, so this is a solid. Okay, so when we take our plane and intersect our solid, what we're looking at is what shape is going to be cut out of there. For instance, let's scoot you up to number 4. When I look at this, all right, I have a triangular pyramid, because there's only one base, so I know it's a pyramid, so it's a triangular pyramid. This is my shape. My plane is this piece that is slicing through, and I can see that I am left with this figure. Okay, that is the cross section. And the cross section of this figure is what shape? Well, it is a triangle. Okay. Here's another one. So we have like an eraser or a tissue box, and we're cutting it in half with our plane. So here's our plane, here's our 3D shape. We can see that when we do that, we are left with this figure. You might say a square, but it's probably safer to call it a rectangle, seeing that we don't know if the sides are equal. Okay? So that is what is known as cross-section. Now, let's come back up here. Now, to find volume of the pyramids, we need a new formula, okay? And actually, this here should say pyramid. Okay, so make sure you change that too. All right, so to find the volume of a pyramid, make sure you write this down. Volume equals, we're still gonna have the area of the base times the height, but now we are going to be multiplying by 1/3. Okay, so prisms, they had 2 bases, remember? So we just have the area of the base times height. But a pyramid comes to a point, and so we're gonna need to multiply this part times the 1/3. So let's look at this. Here's our first figure. Volume equals 1/3 the area of the base times height. All right, so the area of our base, well, here's our base. Let me go ahead and color that in. Okay, we can see that is a rectangle. So we still have the 1/3. The area of our base is a rectangle, so base times height, so 6 times 4, times the height of the pyramid. Now, this still has that 90-degree angle. Okay, so our height must have a 90-degree angle. So that will be times 6. Okay, now we're multiplying all these together, so 6 times 4 is 24. But then 24 times 3, or divided by times 1/3, sorry, or divided by 3, that gives me 8. And then 8 times 6 is 48. Again, we've done feet times feet times feet, so this is going to be feet cubed. Okay. We're going to jump down to number 3. This one is pretty nice because they gave us the base area. So our volume equals our formula, which you need to memorize, is 1/3 the area of the base times height. So 1/3 And they tell us the area of the base is actually 60 times the height. Well, the height, there's that 90-degree angle, is going to be 12. I know 60 divided by 3 is 20. And 2 times 12 is 24, and I'm going to stick a 0 back on it. So 240 millimeters cubed, because we are finding volume, and volume is always cubed. Okay? All right, let's jump back to number 2 now. On number 2, we know our formula. Okay, so everybody, what is the formula? 1/3 area of the base times height. So we have 1/3, but the area of our base, that base is a triangle. So that means our triangle is 1/2 base times height times the height of the whole figure. So let's see here, that gives me 1/3 times 1/2. Now the base of this guy is this 9. Right, and then we can see the height, there's that 90-degree angle of the base. So we're looking only at the base. The 90-degree angle goes to the 8. So we're going to have our base is 9 and our height is 8. Okay, now we have to multiply it times the height of the figure, which again needs that 90-degree angle, so we can see it there. So that's going to match with this 10. All right, so let's see here. Half of 8 is 4. 4 times 9 is 36. I know 1/3 of 36, so 36 cut by 3 divided by 3 is 12, so times the 10. And then I'm really just adding on a 0 because of powers of 10. These are yards, so yards cubed because we found the volume. Okay, so make sure you've written down that volume equals 1/3 the area of the base times the height. The reason is because it comes to a point we don't have that other base on the top.